These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan,
It's been a good season.
They cannot have fucked this Caitlin Clark thing up any worse if they tried.
Charles Barkley just took the gloves off. In a blistering rebuke, Barkley calls out Angel Reese and the WNBA for what he sees as an unfair investigation against Caitlin Clark. This clash isn't just about one player, it's about the future of the league itself.
You got people in a room.
Yeah.
Like, if you got a bunch of dudes in a room and says, let's fuck up the WNBA, we couldn't have came up a master plan what these women have done.
Today, we unpack every twist of this explosive controversy, from Barkley's no-holds-barred defense to the tensions brewing behind the scenes. Buckle up, because what's at stake is bigger than any one player. It's the survival of the WNBA's golden moment.
It's just petty jealousy, and it's really unfortunate because, and the thing that's really bad right now, we're not even talking about basketball. That's the problem that I have with the whole thing.
Caitlin Clark's arrival in the WNBA was historic, but as the rookie sensation drew record ratings and packed arenas, whispers of unfairness and jealousy began to swirl.
But we're not. What's bad, instead of talking about all the good things happening for the WNBA, we're talking about negativity. And all publicity, there used to be that old saying, all publicity is good publicity. No, it's not. Not when you're a niche sport trying to get the consumers to buy into your product.
It started with a flurry of online rumors alleging that Caitlin Clark was getting preferential treatment. The league launched an internal investigation, but critics, led by Charles Barkley, said it was nothing more than a witch hunt, an investigation that never should have happened.
Petty jealousy, and it's really unfortunate because what she's done for the game, listen, I believe in rookie hazing, but some of the criticism has gotten overboard.
Barkley didn't stop there. He warned that this internal division was risking everything Caitlin Clark had built for the league. 400% viewership surge, sold-out games, a historic cultural shift.
Girls got to grow up and you know what? I can go at her hard on the basketball court, but the visibility and stuff she's bringing to the league is going to fill all our wallets up in the long run.
Meanwhile, Angel Reese fired back, saying she wouldn't let anyone dim her light. Reese has been candid about feeling overshadowed by the Clark phenomenon, and her frustration spilled over after the league's investigation.
The stuff toward her is petty and jealous. And the thing I love about her, she never says a word. But there's been so much negativity, and a lot of it is just petty jealousness.
This isn't just about stats. It's about a rivalry born in college, fueled by social media, and now center stage in the pros. While Clark has drawn the spotlight, Reese has faced relentless questions about whether she can keep up and whether she's truly getting a fair shot.
It's just a lot of petty jealousy out there, and it's really unfortunate. Taken away from the women's game, because no matter what sport, if you're talking more about something other than the sport, so this is just taken away from the game, in my opinion.
The feud has divided fans and the media. Clark's meteoric rise has been celebrated as a breath of fresh air, but some longtime WNBA players and supporters argue it's overshadowing the league's foundation and Black players' historic contributions.
Just as suspected, nothing. And that other fan base, the old fan base, came after the Fever players, Fever fans.
Yet the numbers are undeniable. In just one season, Clark's presence has done what would have taken the league years. Barkley says ignoring this wave is a betrayal of the players' future earnings, sponsorships, and global relevance.
It's really unfortunate, and and I like the way she's handling. She hasn't said anything because you got so many fools out here who got opinion, unfortunately, negative opinions on television, on radio, and things like that. So I'm glad she's staying above the fray.
The question now: can the WNBA rise above this feud and seize the moment? Barkley warns that if the league can't come together, if jealousy and petty drama continue, it's not just a missed chance. It's a self-inflicted wound.
You old fans, you ones accusing us of racism and all that, y'all just took an L, and a big one. However, the league is also taking a big L because there's no apologies to any fan whatsoever on this totally BS statement released by the WNBA.
With Clark's next game drawing even more attention and Reese determined to prove she's more than a side story, the WNBA stands at a crossroads. Will it embrace the energy, or let rivalries and investigations derail a generational leap?
You found nothing. That's great. That's accurate. Guess who told you would find nothing? The entire Indiana Fever fan base said you weren't going to find anything.
Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the heart of sports drama and history.
The WNBA is committed to fostering a safe and inclusive environment for everyone and will continue to be vigilant in enforcing our fan code of conduct. Where is the apology to your fans?
These ladies, and I'm a WNBA fan, it's been a good season, but they couldn't have messed up this Caitlin Clark moment any worse if they tried. Charles Barkley, never one to mince words, has unleashed a brutal reality check on the entire league.
But this league that has never turned a profit decided to accuse their own fans of racism. Indiana Fever, as an organization, you're culpable here too. I mean, you are.
She and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was #1.
It was supposed to be a crowning moment. The Indiana Fever season opener, arenas packed, the energy electric, and Caitlin Clark set to make history. But whispers turned to accusations, claims of fan misconduct, and racial slurs hurled at Chicago Sky star Angel Reese.
I have a suspicion that outside of Indiana Fever game, there may be a boycott of every other game in your league. Of course, judging by the ratings, sometimes it looks like there already is a natural one.
Barkley's words cut deep. He accused the league of prioritizing controversy over the monumental growth opportunity Caitlin Clark represented. But the real bombshell? The investigation's stunning verdict. Zero evidence to support the claims.
I don't know what it is with the old fandom. I don't know what it is about fans of other teams. But man, they didn't want regular sports fans to enter their arena. We're here. We're here. And we don't take things like this lying down. We don't stay quiet.
For almost a week, Indiana fans were forced to wear a scarlet letter, vilified in headlines, doubted by the world. Then came the cold, hard truth. These were baseless claims.
I mean, they can't handle criticism. Again, a statement was made about hostile environment. Visiting arenas are hostile environments, and they have always known to be so.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's impact can't be denied. Draft viewership soared by 400%. Ticket sales surged to 93%.
Forget this BS investigation led to thousands of people spewing hate speech towards Indiana Fever players.
Barkley's final verdict? The backlash isn't about race or misconduct. It's about envy. Established players, working their entire careers in obscurity, now watching a rookie soak up endorsements and fame.
Let's keep it real. As my shirts all came in and my cap and all that, me bought a league pass. We're funding this whole thing now. We're funding it.
The WNBA's future hangs in the balance. Will it embrace the new face of women's basketball, or will petty jealousy and factional infighting destroy a generational opportunity?
A lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness.
As the dust settles, one thing is certain. Caitlin Clark has changed everything. But will the WNBA be wise enough to see it? Let us know in the comments. Whose side are you on? Charles Barkley's call for unity or Angel Reese's frustration? Subscribe for more hard-hitting WNBA news, and let's keep this conversation going.
girl is incredible. What she did in college for women's basketball, what she's doing in the WNBA.
She turned the Fever. We're 1-8. They have a winning record now.
But the number of attention, eyeballs she's brought to college and the pros, and for these women to have this petty jealousness, you say to yourself, damn, what is going on here?
Before the 2023 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin Clark did this year.
Charles Barkley's blunt commentary on the WNBA's investigation surrounding Caitlin Clark's alleged actions was as fiery as it was honest, calling the entire ordeal BS and warning that this kind of manufactured drama not only unfairly tarnishes Clark's reputation but threatens to overshadow the real story. That Caitlin Clark has single-handedly brought a new level of mainstream attention and popularity to the WNBA that the league has never seen before, a surge that even Angel Reese, despite her own magnetic presence and talent, has recognized as an undeniable force. Barkley, of course, didn't shy away from addressing how Angel Reese's provocative social media posts and competitive on-court gestures have also stoked this fire, though he made it clear that Reese's defiance is part of what makes women's basketball so compelling right now, and yet the real problem isn't Reese's trash talk or Clark's brash confidence. It's the fact that social media and sports pundits are twisting this rivalry into something bigger and more divisive, turning what should be a celebration of two generational talents into a narrative about privilege, race, and power in women's sports. Barkley's frustration came through loud and clear as he insisted that let them play, let them shine, should be the mantra for the league because the numbers don't lie. Clark's arrival has led to record-breaking viewership, jersey sales that are outpacing NBA stars, and sponsorship deals that are rewriting what's possible for women in professional sports. And while Reese has every right to feel overlooked, her insistence that she's just as hungry and talented as Clark is precisely what makes this rivalry electric. But Barkley's concern is that the WNBA, still grappling for cultural legitimacy, might mishandle this moment by turning it into a divisive culture war instead of the golden opportunity it is. He's seen how these narratives play out in the NBA, how controversies can swallow careers, and how racial and gender dynamics can warp a player's image until it no longer resembles the reality of their game. And he doesn't want to see the same fate befall Reese or Clark, especially when every single game they play is must-see TV. Every single highlight is viral gold, and every single post-game quote becomes an instant headline. But that only works if the league understands that these women are bigger than petty beef. They're the future of the sport itself. Barkley's final words were less of a plea and more of a challenge, saying that if the WNBA is serious about growing its brand, then it has to embrace these players, not investigate them, because in this moment, where race, gender, and money all intersect, the real question is whether the WNBA is going to let these two icons define the next era of women's basketball together or tear it apart with unnecessary drama and manufactured outrage, because as Barkley put it so simply and so powerfully, this is about more than one player. It's about the whole league's future, and that future depends entirely on whether the league can let Reese and Clark's fire fuel the game, not burn it down.